are tax deductible.
Well, hello everybody. I hope the rain isn't getting you down out there. I'll tell you, it certainly was one of those very hectic days on the freeway. And if you're stuck on the freeway, I hope for the next half hour you enjoy us here at the famous Computer Cafe. I'm Michael Walker.
I'm Andy Velkoff, and today we have a great show. We're going to be speaking with Steve Roberts, and we're going to be talking with Rob Williamson about...
As a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about telecommunications, and they've got some interesting new products. I'm anxious to ask him some of the neat things I'll be able to do with my PC.
Well, this week, folks, you really want to be calling in because the famous Computer Cafe software giveaway is featuring Robot Odyssey 1 from the Learning Company. Robot Odyssey 1 is a new genre of educational software combining a robot construction set with an adventure game. It's really terrific. Now, every day this week, one lucky caller will win this exciting new educational game. And participate, just call in with your questions. Rob would love to answer them. Anything about personal computing, teleconferencing, all kinds of great stuff.
So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
If Lotus had given you just one,
a spreadsheet that's up to 50 times faster than other spreadsheets, with every statistical and financial formula you'll ever need, and the largest workspace on the market.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just two,
Information management, to store and organize information with the ability to cross-index over 2,000 records by 32 criteria, and use information from other programs and computer systems.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just three,
Graphics, to graph information from your spreadsheet in less than 2 seconds, and change that information, touch a key, and graph the new results instantly. Graphics as a thinking tool.
that would have been enough.
But Lotus has given you more. Text editing, tutorials, a help key, and a host of features which give Lotus 123 its power and simplicity.
Lotus 123 is available at the Software Spot, 10977 Santa Monica Boulevard in West Los Angeles. Or phone 213-477-7561. That's 213-477-7561.
The Software Spot, the oldest independently owned and operated software store in Los Angeles. A soft sell dealer.
Hi, this is Andy, and I'm here in the News Corner. An inventor from East Lansing, Michigan, claims to have developed another system to aid the handicapped. For people who have lost control of all but their eye muscles, they can now learn to communicate by using a desktop computer attached to a pair of eyeglasses. Martin King invented the device, which includes eyeglasses that are fitted with a long, transparent cylinder which is wired to a computer. According to the Associated Press, letters, words, and symbols are displayed inside the cylinder, and the computer is told which symbol the eyes are viewing by infrared sensors. The device is currently being tested at Michigan State University. John Eulenberg at Michigan State says the device could be used by up to 100,000 people in the United States and over 1 million worldwide. Starting today, there's a new computerized system being used by the National Association of Securities Dealers, NASDAQ, for trading over-the-counter stocks. Called the Small Order Execution System, the new system will initially handle 25 over-the-counter stocks and will eventually handle all 1,100 issues in the national market system. According to Gordon Macklin, president of NASDAQ, by the end of 1985, 50% of all trades in NASDAQ's more actively traded stocks will be executed by a computer. Charles Schwab and Company, the largest discount brokerage house and division of Bank America Corp., is planning to offer an online order entry program for personal computer users in 1985. The firm has 876,000 customers currently and wants to take the leading position in the area of personal computers for investment planning, according to Hugo Quackenbush, Schwab's vice president of marketing. According to a recent issue of the Wall Street Journal, IBM has curtailed shipments of the enhanced PCAT, prompting some speculation and rumors that they may be running into some sort of technical trouble with the machine. According to the article, IBM's only reason for failing to meet shipments during first quarter of 1985 is strong demand and shortages of components. Now, says IBM spokesman, customers for the machine may have to wait up to 9 months for delivery. The 3 Burlingame boys who were accused of using General Telephone Sprint codes to make unauthorized long-distance calls are not going to be prosecuted, according to the Associated Press. Their parents will have to pay $500 in phone bill charges that the boys racked up, and they're sentenced to write a paper on computer hacking. That's it in the News Corner, and we'll be back. Hi, we're in the phone corner, and we have Steve Roberts on the line. Steve, how you doing?
Hey, Andy, pretty good. How about you?
Just fine, just fine. Steve, I know you're working on a book these days.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged, absolutely. And I know it has a lot to do with your travels across country and whatnot. And are you using a computer to actually write the book?
Oh, yeah, that's the only way. I've got the Hewlett-Packard 110 with a disk and a little ThinkJet printer aiding me now. Really starting to focus on the book entirely. In fact, I've temporarily closed down my USA Today column, and I'm doing very little else.
So you are sequestered away in secrecy and in hiding, right?
That's right. It's sort of strange to not be on the road. It's starting to get dangerously domestic here.
Well, Steve, I know that a lot of what is probably going into the book are stories about things that have happened to you cross-country as you've been writing. You're up to, what, mile 8,000?
8,500.
8,500. And you're using your computer in order to put this whole thing together. Are you finding that word processing is helping you?
Well, it does quite a bit. Not only just the ease of the actual writing process, but one of the surprising discoveries of this whole affair is that I learned more from writing about the trip than doing it. I was a little afraid that the book was going to be a succession of rather unconnected on-the-road stories, which are individually entertaining but don't make much of a book. And as I'm writing, I'm finding that there are all sorts of motives, and in fact, the trip is something of a metaphor for a whole life. So as I'm writing, I find myself going back to plant seeds for later discoveries and so on as themes develop. And that's something that would be kind of hard to do without a word processing system. You know, if you're using a computer, there's so much flexibility with the machine that you don't have to make a commitment to something in print. You know, with a typewriter, there's this feeling that you're casting something in stone, and there's always a hesitance to go back and retype.
So what you're saying is that you could go back into the book and say, well, gee, as I get away from it, I see these themes, and you can change things very easily using word processing.
Yeah, it kind of takes shape. It's taking shape in parallel. I can mold the whole thing like a big piece of clay rather than adding little pieces that are then somewhat committed.
What are some of could you highlight a few of the topics for us in terms of what's in the book, some of the most memorable stories?
Well, of course, there are stories on two levels now. They're the individual adventures, on-the-road encounters. One I just finished writing about was an encounter in the Maryland woods with a band of prison inmates who were, I think I may have told you about this before, work release crew sent to clean up a truck wreck and plying me with pirated Sara Lee pastries. That's not a normal sort of experience.
Maybe they'll make a movie about it.
You never know. It's a good ad for Sara Lee. Anyway, a bunch of murderers and bank robbers arguing over which Sara Lee products are the best.
Well, everybody really wants to get their slice of the pie.
That's right. Well, I've met a lot of strange people so far, but the convicts take the cake. But,
how about how folks take into your personal computer? I mean, when people see it across the country and you pull out this little thing under the back of your bicycle, what's their reaction?
Well, it does get some interesting comments. There was a fellow in Ohio once asking me if I was with NASA. Occasionally people just come and stare over my shoulder, figuring that anything on a computer screen must be okay to read. People who would never look over my shoulder at a notebook. I'm sort of discovering that I'm sort of an agent of future shock, I think, with the computer and the solar panels and this bizarre bicycle. It's quite a conversational door opener. Some of the questions indicate a lack of understanding, I think, about just how pervasive and how appliance-like computers have become.
All right. Well, Steve, I hope in the weeks to come we can hear about some of your experiences, hear about some more of them, and, some of the people you've met, and maybe get a look at what's going in the book.
Sounds good. Love to talk about it.
Okay, Steve, take care.
Okay.
Bank Street Writer by Broderbund is the one-word processing program that is unpretentious enough to be used at home by both children and adults, yet is sophisticated enough to meet most small business needs, too. Bank Street Writer is packed with powerful features that have made it the most popular home word processing program in the world. There are no complex codes to memorize. Directions are at the top of the screen every step of the way. Bank Street Writer gives you sophisticated features like automatic word wrap, universal search and replace, automatic centering, and easy storage and retrieval of anything you write, complete with password protection. Bank Street Writer also comes complete with a special tutorial on the back of the disc that teaches the basics of word processing. A comprehensive reference manual and free backup disc are also included. Want to try your hand at Bank Street Writer? Then follow your feet down to Strictly Software at 14617.5 Prairie Avenue in Lawndale. Or you can call 213-970-1242. Strictly Software, a soft sell dealer.
Well, we're back here at the cafe, and it was kind of an interesting call with Steve. Our guest today is Rob Williamson, and he's with United Software. As a matter of fact, one of the vice presidents there. Rob, first of all, I want to welcome you to the famous Computer Cafe.
Thank you.
So, United Software has been involved with several different things, and most notably the telecommunications area. Give us a little background about you and the company and what it's really focusing its efforts on.
Well, United Software Industries was started roughly about a year ago. Our first product was ASCII Express for the Apple and the Apple-compatible market.
Mm-hmm.
We just released a new product called In-House Accountant, which is a small business accounting program, and a new product also that's released, we are announcing this week, is the Einstein Writer, a word processing program.
Now, to really get this off the ground, it takes a lot of effort and energy. How many folks are in your company?
We have roughly in the software publishing section 15 people, including software development facilities in both Denver and San Diego.
Now, ASCII 2, being a product in and of itself, is in the area of telecommunications. Give me a little understanding about how someone would use this particular product. A basic understanding. Don't get too technical with me, though.
Sure.
Okay?
ASCII Express is we consider a complete telecommunications package, allowing the consumer to extend themselves from their computer into other computers across the country, all over the world. Some of the things that we've seen being used as corporations having their computer dial up multiple databases while they're not there in the evening, and receiving the information that they're interested in, and coming back in the morning and then using that.
Now, when you say a corporation can dial up databases, individuals can do the same thing. You don't have to be a business in order to take advantage of this product, do you?
No, that's one of the great features of ASCII, is that it allows you both as a novice user to start up, dial up whether it be a database or your friend down the street, and retrieve your information, as well as extend yourself into more sophisticated uses.
I know this may sound like a pretty basic question, but what really is a database?
Okay, a database is basically a base of information where one can tie in with their computer and retrieve information, whether it be news and information, travel and dining information. Here in the local area, we're able to call up a database, an information source, and find out what the best restaurant in town is in their specific area for Italian food at a specific price range.
So, if I understand it, I can use my computer and call up one of these databases and actually find out where I should go in Los Angeles for some good Italian food?
You got it.
And it'll tell me that? I mean, name and address. Will it also give me menus?
It sure will. It will surely help you get there.
Now, that's one example. But what are some of the bigger databases that people seem to want to take advantage of?
We have CompuServe, The Source, NewsNet, BRS After Dark, Delphi. You've got the big ones called Orbit, which is used by professional researchers. You have Dialog, which is also used by professional researchers. Knowledge Index. A lot of these, by the way, are included. What we include with ASCII Express. When you purchase it, you have all these databases that offer you free time to get on and learn about them.
So you can actually dial them up and then start asking questions. Like, for instance, a good example might be the AP News Network that does it on radio, but you could call up and get that same information coming over your computers.
Exactly.
Wow. Listen, I failed to give the numbers that you can call and ask Rob some questions, and by all means do. In Los Angeles, 628-KIEV, San Fernando Valley, 989-KIEV, Glendale Burbank, 956-KIEV, San Gabriel Valley, 443-KIEV, South Bay, 835-KIEV, and those folks in Orange County, 714-739-KIEV. And I know from time to time we get folks who are in their cars who also would like to call in. Please do if you're on the freeway and like to talk to Rob and ask some questions. We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we'll get a little bit more into the area of telecommunications and some of the things that we can do.
SuperCalc 3 by Sourcem is a spreadsheet that's extremely easy to use, swift, and powerful, and it's priced lower than most other leading spreadsheet programs. SuperCalc 3 has all the built-in functions expected in a high-quality spreadsheet, and a lot more. SuperCalc 3's features include an on-screen help function, spreadsheet consolidation and sorting capabilities, calendar and date calculations, simple data management, functions, and windowing. The integrated graphics capability is superbly presented, allowing plotting and printing of charts in up to 99 colors. SuperCalc 3 provides you with the ability to create pie charts, bar charts, line charts, and XY graphs. The graphics are integrated into the command structure, so once you learn SuperCalc 3, plotting and graphing the results of your calculations is as easy as pie. To get a taste of the simplicity and power of SuperCalc 3, walk into Simply Software, where they'd love to whip up a quick demonstration. Simply Software is located at 3001 Sepulveda Boulevard in Manhattan Beach, or call 213-546-2467. That's 213-546-2467. Simply Software, a soft sell dealer.
Well, you know, we're here with Rob Williamson, and he's one of the vice presidents of marketing at United Software Industries. They're real famous for ASCII, too, is probably one of the biggies. Rob, when you have a product like this, I know there's other products out there that allow me. By the way, guys, I wasn't quite sure if, for those people who are just understanding the world of telecommunications, in order for your computer to dial up any other computer, you need to have software. I guess in order for your computer to do just about anything, you need to have software. And ASCII is one of the software products, and I understand from Rob, one of the more powerful ones that will allow you the flexibility to do a lot of things. I'm kind of curious, Rob, for my own edification, what kind of things can I do with your ASCII 2 files? ASCII Express, right?
Well, one of the key features that we see in our product is its ability and adaptability to your computer. On our IBM version, we work with almost all of the major modems that are available on the market, as well as our terminal emulation, which allow you to tie into another computer and it will think it's the other computer. In addition, we have what they call a text editor, similar to a word processor. Built into the program, we're able to write your text, your information, send it over the line to another person, and when he comes back and sends it back to you, you can edit it right there online.
So that might be good for a journalist who's out there in the field and wants to relay a story into the newspaper.
Excellent for a journalist.
Or an author, or anybody who's writing stories, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. When you say that you can store, you mentioned just before we broke that you could actually have your computer call up a computer and neither the computer's operators needs to be in.
That's correct. That's with the use of our unattended operation capability. What we do, it's what they call a macro system, which is basically a sequence of characters, which are commands, telling the computer what to do. You leave it on at night, you walk away, and you tell it through this macro system to call up a database, call up an information service, get a specific piece of information that you're looking for, come back to the computer, put it on your disk drive, and go to another database and get the same thing.
Let's talk a little bit about the world of telecommunications. It seems to be a whole separate environment of and by itself. I mean, people that are into using a computer and then get into using a modem and software like this open up a whole new world to themselves, and there's a whole network of people using this kind of software, aren't there?
Quite a few people, and it's becoming more and more a key productivity tool. We're seeing more and more people that are using it in the same fashion they are word processing or accounting or spreadsheets.
Mm-hmm. Now, companies are using this a lot, but individuals are starting to use it a lot more too now, aren't they?
Just amazing, because this allows them to gain a much better understanding of their specific area of interest by going into the source or the CompuServe.
Now, I don't want to put you too much on the spot, but give me some examples of the way businesses are starting to use the product for themselves.
Well, transferring of information, you find yourself in a situation where we've got an office in Boston who would like to transfer information to LA immediately. There are other services available, and it's quite expensive to do it. I can do it in 2 minutes and have it there immediately and be able to get their input on what I'm sending them.
Bottom line is always the most important thing. How much money is this going to save me? Do you think that this is a big money saver?
Well, of course, it's a big money saver in specific areas when you're sending information back and forth across the country without using other services that are available.
Like the telephone?
Like the telephone.
Or the post office?
Or the post office. Or the Federal Express people.
You can actually send that information, clean information, directly to another computer and save you a tremendous amount of time and money.
That's right.
Wow. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this. I appreciate it, Rob. Stay tuned, guys.
Start with the world's best-selling database system. Give it enhanced features to make it faster, more powerful, and easier to use, and you have the makings of a software heavyweight. DBase 3, Ashton Tate's hot new package for your 16-bit PC. With DBase 3, you can create records with up to 128 fields, access 10 files at once, and run other programs like communications or word processing without leaving DBase 3. You can read non-DBase files from other software programs or mainframe databases. And you can easily convert your DBase 2 files and programs to DBase 3. If you get stuck, help is at your fingertips with multiple help screens. And where do you go to see this powerful new program? Go see David and Betty Sun at Sun Computers in the city of Carson. They'll tell you what you need to know about DBase 3 and more. Sun Computers is located at 20925 South Bonita in Carson. Or call 213-538-8338. That's 213-538-8338. Sun Computers in Carson, a soft cell dealer.
With the people behind.
We're back here at the Computer Cafe. We have just time for one call. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Okay, hi there. My name is Jeff. I'm calling from Woodland Hills.
Hi, Jeff from Woodland Hills.
Great. Okay, this is my first call. I don't have a computer, but I was wondering, I'm starting a new career here in real estate, and I was wondering whether I would be able to buy a computer that could connect with the county recorder's office legally and get information from the county's office every day. Would that be possible?
What do you think, Rob?
Well, if it's legal, you can do it. If they have provisions for you to be able to call in via computer, yes, you'll be able to do that.
So then, now the computer, of course, would be going over the phone line, and so that if I was to leave on my computer all night long, so to speak, okay, just to get any kind of information, but I also get charged through my phone bill for those calls.
Well, as when you're connected with an out-of-town phone, you're going to be charged for the phone call. But you will be able to get your information and bring it on while you're not there. And I guess the convenience of that is you won't be charged as much as you would in prime time.
One of the things that I would recommend for you is that you get in touch with them and simply ask them if they have online services that would allow you to connect your computer, and also if they have a researcher who would help you understand the proper commands so that you can move through their database and get any information that you want. Probably they'd be more than happy to help you out in that area. I'd give them a call if I was you.
Great.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much.
See you later. Well, it looks like we're running out of time, unfortunately. Andy, what do you got to say?
It has been a crowded show. We have a lot of things going on. Tomorrow, Chuck and I are Spear of Spear Securities. Also, InfoWorld columnist John Dvorak will be calling in. Friday, Don Fenstermaker, president of Omni Unlimited, and Larry Maggot, who writes Computer File for the LA Times, will be calling in. And Rob, we'd love to have you back when we have more time to talk about more in teleconferencing and telecommunications.
Thank you.
Before you leave, you have one product that's pretty hot. What's the name of it, the newest one?
ASCII Pro for the IBM.
ASCII Pro. Listen, if you'd like to get some more questions or learn more about this, give us a call here at the famous Computer Cafe, 394-7242.
Have a great day, and happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating it.
Most definitely. Happy Hanukkah. Drive safely, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow.